Alrighty, YouTube, happy New Year's Eve and a New Year's. I'll do a video on reflections of 2015, how farming was and whatnot, and plans for 2016. It started off the year, it was pretty wet all the way through here in central Illinois. Pretty wet. We got the crop in as middle in May. Got the crop in May. Wasn't terrible though. Things didn't have to mud stuff in really. Went in pretty easy. Got things sprayed and whatnot. It was pretty good. Got some side dressing done, and that wasn't too bad either. Things are going pretty smooth. It was raining just enough, and looked like it was going to be a pretty good year. We ended up, and then it got into July, and what ended July and everything turned off dry, and it started raining some more there in July because we started having trouble making hay and whatnot. Things were kind of I think we lost at least one cutting. We had to burn at least one cutting of it. And then one of them got rained on, but we didn't. We had two fields and we cut them at different times. So I think we lost 2 cuttings out of 6 cuttings, you'd say. So that wasn't too bad. And it did all right. The hay did all right this year. But then it kind of turned off dry there at the end of July and August, and corn still did really well. Corn did good this year. Beans did really, really well. Now I think we were looking at a lot of years at harvest. Every year we had it filled completely out to the end, tipped all the way out on every year, every plant. Didn't matter on the population. And some plants even had 2 ears on them, and huge kernels and everything. But the problem was, I can't remember what stage it is in a corn plant when it determines the size that the ear is going to be. But I think it was almost too wet when it did that, and it didn't initially set as big an ear as it needed to be. And so that's why we didn't have just excellent yields. We just had some good yields, but beans, I think the drier weather later on really helped them out. We had some really good bean yields this year, tall beans. But I don't know what caused it. I don't know if it was late spraying is kind of what we're kind of going towards, but on late spraying, some of the beans had that green stem syndrome, or a lot of them did. It just made, they test 10 to 12% and be header shelling like crazy, but the dang things wouldn't their stems are still green as grass, and it just made tough cutting and everything, but we got them ground through, so wasn't the end of the world. Because we did have enough water, we thought we might have some weed pressure, but it wasn't too bad this year because I think the beans got up. They're late enough in May when we were planting beans, the beans got up and got them all. Got a canopy on stuff, so that made the weed pressure be a lot less. We got all the tillage work done this fall. Didn't hardly have any rainouts or anything. We were a couple days from it got into where it was raining, and then it dried up a little bit, and we got the chiseling done and stuff, and so we got done with that. And then after we got done chiseling, about a day or 2 after, it really started raining, and it hadn't dried up since. So I think overall 2015 is a pretty good year, other than the prices. I wouldn't mind if the prices went back up, but it's just the way it is. Can't do anything about it. As far as highlights 2015, I'd say we got the crop all planted and good. That's a highlight, and everything turned out good. And then I'd say probably the half century progress show. Going to meet a lot of good people there, and have a lot of fun doing that, and be looking forward to it again in 2 years, or a year and a half now. But say that's probably definitely the highlight of the year right there, getting the 525 out, getting it running and going up there, and get to talk with a bunch of people, and get to talk with Oliver 66 Farm Boy on it, get some pointers on my 525 from him. I think everything that was fun, and using it this fall was also a lot of fun. I think that'll about do it for 2015. I'm gonna say 2016 we're probably open again. We don't know how the weather is going to be, obviously, but we're going to actually try out some non-GMO corn on some of the ground we got that doesn't produce near as much or have the highest yield potential, just to try to keep costs down, because we can't keep buying this $330 a bag corn and whatnot for these fields if they don't produce as much. So we're going to try to keep the costs down just to make some more money and keep going here while the prices are lower. We'll have to see. I think we did tear up a hayfield this past fall, or one of the hayfields. We only got 6 acres, but 2 3-acre ones. Tore one of them up, and we're gonna plant the second one, or reseed it, move it over a little bit and reseed it. So we're gonna have some oat hay and whatnot. And then we'll hopefully use a 525 cut the oats for my cattle. Well, that's another thing. 2015 had a good year for cattle. They go in here in about a week, but I got everything sold. I don't want to do this. Got everything sold, and for beef wise, that's always a good thing. And then we're gonna have some oat hay and whatnot, and probably cut some wheat. We did plant some wheat, so I'll have some wheat to cut, get some videos of that. I'm gonna get the 7800 out, get it running. That's one of the objectives for this next spring, is do that so we can cut wheat with it. And if any of you YouTubers out there, Oliver guys, if you happen to have or know of a decent 18 or 20 foot white or Oliver head in Illinois, Indiana, I would probably be interested in maybe buying that. You can send me a private message. As I've got 2 15-foot heads for the 7800, and I'd take the 2 and make one, but we always ran a 20-foot head on it before, and I'd like to do that again. So yeah, I'll probably post on YT Mag about that, see if anybody else has got one of them. Hopefully something will turn up for a reasonable price. As far as work the rest of this winter, I think I got John Deere 532 cylinder. A guy wants me to overhaul, so I'll probably do some videos of that. We got you can see I moved out. I actually got married back in June. That's another highlight. And moved out here. My grandparents built that house right there, and I moved into this house and bought it. We got the garage there, and then this shop, but that's for all the steel work, so we like to keep it pretty cleaned out. And I've got this lean-to building right back here, which is like a 20 by 50 or something like that. But I'm wanting to get a different shed, and so I'll probably try to put some videos up. I think I've got a shed lined up right now. Farmer's thinking about tearing it down, and it's not in too bad a shape. I could definitely get it going again, or fix it up and whatnot. And I'm hoping to maybe put it right here. It's a 30 by 50 old pole barn, which will definitely work. I can put some cattle stuff in, feed wagons, and maybe put the 525 in, and 880 and whatnot and stuff. So I'm going to move my cattle operation out here instead at Dad's, so that'll be some of the videos this winter. I'm going to So yeah, we'll go ahead and get a lot of farming videos again this year. I want to thank all my subscribers I have and all everybody who watches and comments. I enjoy getting on there and talking with everybody and chatting and hearing about everybody else's equipment and whatnot. And so I guess we will catch you guys next year then.